Hello everyone, and welcome back to another week of the Anthropodcast Mono Bug Challenge here in Pokemon LeafGreen. As always with me, Archaic, Bulbagarden Webmaster, resident old trainer yelling at Altaria, and we had I don't know if you can call it an interesting week last week. Oh geez, see, we've still got all these things we supposedly did last time, but no, that was 2 weeks ago. Last week was all Safari Zone. We satisfied the challenge. Hey there, Bugcatcher J. We satisfied the challenge requirements. We caught ourselves a whole bunch of rare Pokemon. I don't think there's anything left in there. Maybe there's something we have to fish later, but fishing is something we come back to at a later point. So the question becomes, where to from here? We have a few options, I guess, but realistically I think one of them is probably the main one, isn't it? Like, sure, we could probably go and try and do some side quest sort of things, but I think it's time to go to the sea, isn't it? Route 19. Just a reminder what we've got at the moment. We're roughly around the level 40s, except for Butterfree, who is way over leveled. I think you have the XP share now if you don't already have it. Ooh, good question. Do I have it? I don't believe I have it. Oh, okay. So what have I missed? Or rather, where have I missed it? It would be... Okay, if I remember correctly, it's going to be given by the guy in here, right? The problem will be, do I have enough Pokemon in my dex for it? Yes. Do I have it? I do. Okay. Thankfully, all those rare Pokemon in Safari Zone last week gave us XP share. Oh, that will make things so much nicer. Okay, who do we give it to? Well, I guess we give it to our lowest leveled Pokemon and just leave it at that. We'll swap it around whenever someone gets a bit over leveled, but that'll do for now. Let's put Venomoth up first. Oh! Thank you for the resubscribe, Snowy. Damn, that took up a lot of space on my screen. Well positioned though. It came up right above that text box. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do before we go swimming? I can't think of anything personally. Beats me, Snowy. We should probably see what level these are going to be. We can get away with doing these two before we start going crazy. If they are much higher level... Oh, gee, they're only level 30. This is... Yeah, we have gotten to the point of... Oh, that's a pity. I was hoping for at least a one-hit KO. Oh well. We have gotten to the point where we are now over-leveled against most trainers. So things should be, I want to say a little bit more breezy, at least until we get to, Seafoam really that difficult? I mean, at least until we get to Blaine, things should be a bit more straightforward. So we should make some decent progress here. Like, technically, I think we're at the point where we could go back and do, like, some of the side quest stuff. I mean, heck, technically, yeah, we could go to power plant, but well, we'll have to go to power plant at some point, and before Elite Four. But also the levels on these trainers feels stupidly low. Like I feel like we've fought higher level trainers already on Cycling Road. You need to do side quest stuff because of Blaine. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Like, from a game design perspective, they would be having these Pokemon at around this level so that players who've found Pokemon they've liked but haven't been able to really train up can go and actually train those up at this point in the game. Like, this is your first, well, not your first, but this is the big opportunity to actually switch your team up. And I mean, it's not exactly a formal side quest so much as it is like you don't have to go to the power plant if you don't want to, so I guess going there is effectively a side quest. I don't think there's anything that actually requires you to go there. Mind you, there's also... Now, I keep forgetting, when was it I can go to the islands? I can't do all of them, but I can do some of them, right? Hey there, Normans. Jesus, we're just gonna pummel these ones. Oh, hydrate. Now, see, I was smart enough to actually bring the water this time. First three after Cinnabar. Right, okay. So that'll be a little while then. Well, it's not like we can get any bugs there anyway, so it's just forcing us to catch yet more Pokemon. But, well, I guess it'll also give us a chance to maybe level some of them up. Maybe. Okay, maybe I should have swapped out. Whatever. Seriously? Oh, that's gonna hurt. Or not. Snap out of it, Venomoth. Don't have to deal with that, so I'm actually gonna swap out to someone. Oh, before I forget, I should double check if there's any other HMs I can give Lapras. Oh, by the way, do tell me how the sound goes with the game over the course of this episode. Like, we managed to update the firmware of the Elgato, and I've also played around with the cables. The game's a bit loud. We can turn that down a little bit. Yeah, so we've updated the firmware of the Elgato. We also moved some cables around because I was wondering if possibly a power cable might have been interfering with the presumably unshielded HDMI cable. So, well, we'll see. I'm playing my own bit today, so I'm putting it off for too long. I mean, you don't want to see my room. my study here. I mean, in all fairness, the reason my study here is a complete mess is because I've still got a whole bunch of boxes of books packed from my move here, and IKEA haven't opened up their store in this country yet. Now they're going to. Like, they're currently building the store, and they've promised to have an online store before that opens, and they're still hiring people. So the store's not open yet, and I can't buy bookshelves. And the bookshelves I could buy from other places are like at least twice the price for a bookshelf I don't think is as good as a Billy. So please save me, IKEA. And I need a lot of bookshelves too. Hey, back in Australia I had one bookshelf that was literally just books I had brought back from Japan in 2004. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah. Not long before we left Australia, our ensuite shower started leaking straight down into our garage. And like we've still got like a building and construction commission claim thing open regarding that, so like we haven't been able to rent out the house back in Australia or anything like that. Yes, that's right, Archaic's a homeowner. He's that old. But yeah, the house has basically been sitting empty for the past 6 months while we're waiting for repairs to be approved and actually done. Well, okay, to be fair, I don't own it yet. It's on a mortgage. But no, we bought that during the pandemic. At basically the last possible moment you could. And even then, it was already way more than we really wanted to pay for a place like that. I don't think we need sleep powder. Yeah, the interest rates is always a thing that like you get in discussions with the older generation, as in older than me, and they're all like, oh, you guys have got it easy. In my day, we had interest rates of like 15%, yada yada yada. And it's like, yes, but your principal was like less than $100,000 for a 4-bedroom house. So like 15% of that, as a percent of your income back then, was a lot less. Something sounds okay, not sure if the game or my mic. Well, easy way to check. I'm going to mute my mic for 10 seconds and you can tell me. Okay, so was it still staticky? Know what the RBA interest rate was in 2022 in Australia. The mic is okay. That's interesting. I was not aware this mic was staticky. Okay. Worst case scenario, I do have another mic here in the webcam, which is supposedly stereo. We could switch to that if we had to. Geez, how old is this headset now? I had this headset with when I was still on Windows. No, it's at least 5 years. They're done. I figured there'd be at least a few of the regular watchers still on caps when I saw he was playing Enter the Gungeon. I figured most would come across when he eventually finished and raided. Well, presuming you raided us. Different monitors now. My wife was doing that earlier with some streamers she watches. They were like 3 different streamers she watches, and she was trying to keep her watch streak up with each of them, and they just happened to do a collaborative stream all together. So she had them all open in separate windows with the sound open only on one of them. Here's static, like crack pop every now and then. Okay. Look, let's try something then. I'm going to switch to the other microphone and you can tell me if that stops, alright? Alright. Microphone switched over. Do let me know if you still have those static crackles at all. Because yeah, I'm trying to diagnose where this is coming from. That microphone sounds weird. Supposedly this is a better quality mic. This headset mic is mono, this one is stereo. So you're actually hearing stereo sound now. But yes, I'm definitely going to have to get myself a better mic, and one that's not just buried in the headset sometime in the not too distant future. You sound like you're far from the mic. I mean, the mic is on the monitor, so yeah, I'm a lot further from it than this one that was right next to my mouth. Okay. Are you still getting that crackle pop sound? Like we'll switch back to the other mic in just a bit once we've had a chance to diagnose it. Can't hear it right now. Dang it. So it may very well be the mic itself. Oh, that would be annoying. I wonder if it's just the connection or something. Where did that come from? Anyway, the Snap Crackle Pop thing. That came from the marketing campaign for Kellogg's Rice Bubbles. The original marketing campaign for that, back in the mid-1900s. Which I know because I used to be a marketing and advertising lecturer, and he had a class on advertising once where we literally talked about that to the students. A psychic type. I don't think it does, but I think it's only its evolution psychic, right? Yeah. Still, that's a lot of damage for leech life. I'll take that. But yeah, I suppose this headset is getting a bit old. I did notice the I guess the fake leather on the top band was coming off. Actually, that's a good point. I know they're rice bubbles in Australia. Are the Rice Krispies in the US? Is it the same? Like, because like I vaguely remember a product that's practically identical that's called Rice Krispies, but the one that's known as Rice Bubbles in Australia that's sold by Kellogg's has, or had, I don't know if it still does, but literally had the 3 mascot characters, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Is that the same one? Is it toasted rice cereal? Yeah. Rice Krispies, generic term, technically, Kellogg's still use Rice Krispies name. Okay, because yeah, it's never used the Rice Krispies name in Australia. It's always been Rice Bubbles there. And yeah, you're right. It's possible that they couldn't trademark it, or someone else had already released a product under that sort of a name. Hey, it'll be the same sort of thing as how Burger King's not called Burger King in all parts of Australia, because the name Burger King was already registered in Queensland, and it's called Hungry Jack's there, which in itself I think is just because they bought up a local burger chain called Hungry Jack's. Oh, I do need to catch the tentacle, you are correct. Jeez. Catching some of the... Well, we might wait to catch it until we can get a higher leveled one, just because it's going to be an incredible pain to catch one at level 10 without some low leveled bugs and without false swipe. And oh yeah, I just remembered that Scythe is usually my false swiper and I don't have it. This lack of a Scyther is really going to be annoying. Highest we can catch is level 40. Okay, so good. We should be able to get one then. At least we're getting one-hit KOs on most of these, so we'll just breeze through a lot of these. Not all of them, though. Well, at least they're not using Peck on me. But yeah, if the crackling sound is coming from this mic, I was already planning on buying a new mic and headset. Well, maybe headset. I guess I could, if it's just the mic, I can swap to a different mic and continue using this headset. But I was thinking of getting something like a Yeti or whatever. I don't know. Like, part of my problem with getting one is just that I need presumably to get an arm for it if it's not going to be attached to my headset, and that's a lot more difficult to find here. So if we need to order it from the US, we need to order it from the US, but that the import taxes are pretty nasty. In any case, I'll do some more research on it over the coming months. Yet another thing to add to the list of stuff I've got to buy. It can probably wait until after I get the bookcases. But yeah, we are hoping to do more streams. So getting some more equipment for that purpose is something I don't have any issues with. Okay, if that's just level 6, can I get away with just throwing a Pokeball? Yes, I can. Well, that was easy enough. We should go heal anyway. I mean, it's not so much that we need to heal, but we do need to recover our PP. Yeah, speaking of other series, so like once I've finished with this series, which admittedly might take a while, so maybe let's say once we've finished with the main target of this series, and we've gotten the Elite Four defeated, we might end up switching the time slot of this series then for completing the islands and doing all the post-game stuff. Because I do want to bring back TCG Tuesdays. I just kind of need to get to the point with TCG Live. Like, only just gotten it working again on Linux within the last couple of weeks. And my card collection of actual usable cards in the current rotation is kind of anemic, so it might take me a little while longer before I can do that, but once I can, I do want to bring back TCG Tuesday. We've also got well, at the very least, a run of Pokemon XD. As I've mentioned before, I've never played XD, and if there's one thing I've enjoyed on this channel over the past few years, it's having been able to play Pokemon games that I've never actually played all the way through. So, like, we've played all of the Pokemon Ranger games. I never played, well, okay, I might have played, like, the beginning hour or something of some of them, but I'd never actually properly played and completed those before we did those on this channel. Pokemon Colosseum, you know, I don't think I'd ever actually completed it before my first run of that on the channel. Like, again, I owned it this entire time. Like, when we played that, we played it on, well, geez, I was using the Wii with a GameCube controller hooked up, and I was playing my original game disc. Dang it, I shouldn't have done revenge there. Oh, I still did plenty of damage there. But yeah, like, so playing on the channel was the first time I'd actually properly beat that game. Well, I say beat, we didn't do the full post-game, didn't we? Mount Battle is annoying. That's making me think, what other Pokemon games do I have that I haven't completed, that I have the capability to stream. Because admittedly, it would be fun, if silly, to play Pokemon Typing Adventure, because I do own that, and the keyboard from that, by the way, is legit. Like, one of the best wireless keyboards I've ever used, and like anytime I was going to like academic conferences, I didn't bother taking a laptop. I took my iPad and used that keyboard with things. It was that good. But I'm not sure how the heck I'd stream that. Like, I guess I could, like, suspend the webcam over my DS? But I kind of feel like if I was gonna do that, I'd need multiple cameras, because I'd need to have a camera over the keyboard so you can see me typing as well. So yeah, we're probably not doing that one. Not unless I don't know. Not unless Emmy can send me a modded DS or something. Which, I mean, now that I'm closer to America, is actually perhaps a little easier. So long as I don't get hit with stupid import taxes for it. Guess I might go back to them for a while. That does make me wonder, actually. Could I... Well, I'll have to look into if I can get my own modded DS at some point. If I can get one that can actually do the output, then that opens up a whole lot of games. Oh, I mean, I would love to be able to stream Pokemon Conquest. That would be perfect. If I could do that, we would play through every single scenario. I don't think that game gets enough love, and it's not something you can really stream easily without a modded console, so that would be pretty cool. But, let's see, what else is there? I mean, we already played TCG 2 in Japanese. That was pretty awesome. I enjoyed playing through that on stream. So that's another... Actually, well, I was going to say, why don't I just bring up the list of games? But of course, the rules are prohibiting me from using Bulbapedia at the moment, so I shouldn't open it. Just trying to think of what other games might I have never played. If Misty Train's here, why are her Pokemon so weak? I guess we should probably go heal again, and then we see how far we can get inside Seafoam. It has been a long time since I've done Seafoam. I've completely forgotten the layout. Oh jeez, do I need flash in here? I hope. Well, we'll double check that. Flash not needed, thank goodness. Okay. let's go recover our PP, and then we will rush through Seafoam as quick as we can. Ideally, I would actually like to get to at least Cinnabar today. Like, the issue is going to be, can we actually defeat Blaine? And the answer to that is probably not at our current levels. I'm just wondering how much of a... You do need strength. That's right, I do need strength. I'd better have strength. If I don't, then strength is going to have to go on one of the bugs. Unless we're bringing a HM mule to... but then that would bring me down to 4 bugs for the area. Oh, we don't have strength. Where was strength? Oh, right. We got the guy's gold teeth already. We saw that in the beginning of the episode with the game's thing about what we've done. There we go. Well, thankfully we didn't have to go back to the safari zone. That was bad enough last week. Thank goodness Lapras is able. We didn't get a shiny like ME did. No, we did not. That rare candy. Why am I running around instead of using... well, whatever. Because the bike's not registered right now. We can fix that later. It's not like I can run in the in Seafoam anyway. Now's not the time to use it. I got all the trainers there, so I should probably double check quickly. That should be the lower barrier. So there shouldn't be much room for there to be additional trainers, right? Oh, come on. That one might have actually been good XP, but whatever. No, not with the trainers. Good. Alright. Let's see how long this one takes us. I'm trying to think what Pokemon are actually in here. Let's move over to the Pinsir for now. Just seeing all these icy boulders around makes me think that some good fighting type moves might be all we need. Oh right, I need to drop boulders down from above, don't I? Okay. Okay, well, we'll need to catch the Golbat, the Seal, the Dugong, and Slowbro, I think. Actually, did we already get a Golbat? I don't think so, right? So long as these wild Pokemon are lower levels, I feel safe enough ignoring the vast majority of them. Really, that one's a bit higher level, but whatever. Might end up a decent place to train up Beedrill if I can just beat up Slowpoke all the time. Oh, there's our Seal. Do not use Brick Break. We just... Ooh, perfect. Festival based on festival pistols for Golbat, but 3, let's do Golem Slowbro. Okay. Well, we can grind for Golbat in a bit. Like, so far, things have not been dangerous. Bag is full? Oh, I am not used to having a bag where it can get full. Okay. What to use on who? I mean, we've got a few things here, like the pearls, which we should just be selling anyway. And the nuggets. Yeah, Kanto problems indeed. Oh! Well, no, I don't want to avoid wild Pokemon at this stage. Geez, I don't want to use these until I know which Pokemon really need them. And I've only got 1 PP up. Ah! Annoying. Okay. I'll just hold random items if I need to pick stuff up for now. Oh, but I can't hold everything, or that would in and of itself create problems. Because I need to make space in the bags to put the stuff I need to sell back in the bag so I can sell it. Because I'm guessing I don't have a swap item option either. Kanto. Hopefully I haven't just made things harder for myself by dropping down that. I'm not sure if I should have. Oh well. I'm the kind of weirdo who enjoyed the water temple, so that's not really a problem. And actually, yeah, I kind of want to go, I think. Go down that hole. Oh, there's the Golbat. That's gonna save some time grinding. Ow, that could be problematic. Let's just throw the ball and hope. Nope. Dear. Okay. What's a Pokemon that can do small amounts of damage to it? And hopefully not get KO'd. Ouch. Okay. That should be enough. Come on! Poison sting. Oh! Freaking! Ah! Humbug. Humans in the Pokemon world really are built differently to be able to survive that sort of drop. Well, we'll have to go back through, clearly. But that did get us through Seafoam. So we'll have to come back to catch those Pokemon we need from here, but we can at least go to the Pokemon Center and register it as a fight point, yada yada. Not to mention sell off those items. We don't need to challenge these people yet, let's heal up first. There we are, Cinnabar Island. And let's sell a bunch of these items. Okay. What can we get rid of? We do not need the big mushrooms. Oh, those collectors, aren't there? Wait. Are there collectors in this game? No, but there is a use for Big Mushroom, isn't it? It's, what's he called? Move Reminder. Yeah. Okay, Star Piece. I don't think there's a use for the Star Piece in this game, is there? That's... Yeah, Star Piece here would just be for money. Okay, so we can sell Star Piece. Absolutely sell the nuggets. I don't think the Stardust has any use other than selling it. Pearls don't have a use. Okay. 2 assuming is double check, yeah, safe to sell. Okay, good. Alright. We've got to go fight these trainers. We just skipped to get here. Should I level up? Well, I guess I'll keep using Venomoth outside here and we'll switch when we get back inside. It also occurs to me that I really shouldn't have this on here right now, should I? Maybe I'll put it on Beedrill instead. For the moment. Because I mean, Parasect is... Well, I was going to say Parasect's going to be useless, but it does have Dig. But surely it'd be too slow, right? There's no way it'd survive one hit against anything that Blaine has. Surely. Surely, that might be a bit too much, trying to... Still, that might be an argument to put it up first. Like if we... I don't know, what would he use? What would he use first? I'm trying to remember what Pokemon Blaine has. There's like... He definitely has Ponyta and Rapidash. What's his other ones? Is it the same as Gen... Actually, that's point 2. Is it the same as Gen 1? And if it is that same as Red Blue, or... I don't think he would have his yellow team. And then he had a completely different team in Gold, Silver, Crystal, didn't he? I have no idea what Pokemon he has. Okay. Does he have a Magmar? He had Magmar in the anime, didn't he? But did he actually have Magmar in the game? Yeah, I don't remember. Well, in any case, the real question is going to be, what level are they? And I guess also, like, Growlithe, Ponyta, Rapidash, Arcanine. Ooh. 40 to 47. Okay. Alright. So... Growlithe is going to... Jeez, I'm just trying to think what they'd be without being able to look up the teams. Growlithe would have Intimidate, so we need to... So I get... If Growlithe has Intimidate, then trying to... I was going to say, if Growlithe has Intimidate, it's probably not worth putting the Parasect up against it, but... If they're... Oh, pardon me. Realistically, I'm not swapping in Parasect unless someone gets KO'd anyway, because swapping it in will get it knocked out. Growlithe compared to Ponyta, which would have the lower speed stat? Surely it'd be Growlithe. Okay. So that tells me... Well, okay, the Flash Fire won't be an issue because obviously I don't have any fire type moves. Not unless I actually teach one of them a hidden power and it ends up being fire. So that I don't have to worry about. Okay, I think we lead with Parasect and hope that digs work. Now what? Fire away. What's your Pokemon question? Mentally figure out what it takes later. Besides Chansey or Dino, what other Pokemon do you associate with healing? Lilligant line? You're just gonna lead with Parasect and a Fire Gym. Yeah, well, Parasect's completely useless in the battle, isn't he? Like, realistically, what is Parasect going to do? Like, my best hope for Parasect is that it goes up against the slowest Pokemon. Like, Parasect's only hope, basically, is if it either somehow outspeeds the opponent, which is incredibly unlikely. So yeah, like with those base speeds, Growlithe is definitely its best chance to maybe go first. I doubt it will, but it's the best chance for it, and also it's probably the best chance for it to survive a hit. Like I'm going to assume, because it's Blaine, that they all have Fire Blast. So if I get hit by any of those, I'm dead. What other attacks do they have? That's a good question. What other attacks will they have? Blaine's often associated with Fire Spin as well. I don't think Arcanine learns Fire Spin, so that'll be Ponyta and Rapidash. So that's two of its attacks. I'm assuming they'll all have a normal type attack of some kind. Not that I have any way to exploit that. Growlithe that have... Well, Growlithe now can I have the exact same attacks? That's a good question. Would it be Bite? So Fire Blast, Bite, something normal. And then Ponyta and Rapidash would be like Fire Blast, Fire Spin, something normal. What's their 4th attacks? I have no idea what they would be. Because I think a lot of these trainers have had different attacks to what they had in Gen 1. And usually much better attacks as well. Like, we're not going to see like a Pokemon at this stage of the game with Ember. Okay, so they are identical movesets within their groups. Was I right with my move guesses so far? So like Growlithe having like Fire Blast, Bite, and what normal type attacks do Growlithe and Arcanine learn? What would be Takedown? I guess probably. They don't like Body Slam, do they? Oh wait, shoot! They're not going to put them with extreme speed, are they? That would be annoying. Bite, Roar, Takedown, Fire Blast, Stop, Bounce. Bounce. I am completely blanking on that. What is Bounce? Did I get all those trainers? It's a flying type. Oh, jeez, that's gonna be annoying. Alright, let's go back and get those Pokemon from Cinnabar first before anything else then. Actually save before I forget to, just in case. Okay, I was going to say, the only other use of oh dear. Okay, so here's my problem now. Rapidash, maybe even Ponyta, are probably going to be faster than my Pokemon, right? Now, if I dig, I can avoid bounce, but only if I'm quicker, which makes it pointless, realistically. Well, yeah, I'd only be able to avoid it if I'm quicker, or if I coincidentally used it the same turn. Otherwise, is the AI smart enough to use bounce when I have used dig? Because if it is, I'm going to have a problem. Oh, got that. Blaine might end up being something of a wall again. We might have to spend some time grinding a lot on that one. I'm not sure what other options we're going to have. Yeah, we're not going to get the legendaries immediately. If we were going to say that they had to be caught before we could move on, and technically I am on this basement floor 4 now, right? If we were going to force me to catch those, I'd have to grind up a lot at a point in the game where it's not that efficient to grind up. So, no, I think legendaries are a pre-Elite Four challenge, but they're not something we can realistically catch just yet. Ah, there's the dugong. Say, oh, just don't worry, I'm not going to forget where Articuno is. Or Zapdos. Now, Moltres, I'll forget where that is. Like, is it in the mansion, or is it in the Victory Road? It's one of those, right? Mount Ember. Wait, where's Mount Ember? I don't actually recall. They moved it to Seafoam Islands. Oh, they moved it. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes it... I was about to say, like... That didn't sound like something I recall. Alright. That's the legendary. Why did I say the legendary? That's Dugong. So that leaves Slowbro. Yep, basement level 3. Yeah, that's Articuno over there. So that is not where we want to go. So this should be basement level 3 then, yes. What's the odds of the slow pros? $15. Okay, and this is basement level 3, right? I haven't mucked up my count. Or have I? No, wait, I've gone upstairs twice. No, I haven't. That's basement 4. Or is it? How many? Dang it. How many levels are there on here? Okay, wait, no, you said Articuno's on basement 4. This is 4, so... Okay, so it is 1 up. % chance surfing, yep, no, we'll just go up and down here now, until we see it. I'm trying to remember, can we go into the Cinnabar Mansion before we fight Blaine? Oh, actually, no, we have to go in, don't we? Yeah, of course we do. So, okay, so we've still got some more grinding to do before the gym. Yeah, no, I think you're right. The key for the gym is in the mansion. So we should see some Pokemon in there that are somewhat higher level than we've got here. That'll give us the opportunity to grind a bit. I think. We should have like I want to say Vulpix, Grimer, Muck, Coughing, Wheezing, Ditto? Something like that. So I'll have a few Pokemon to catch in there, but it'll also give us an opportunity to keep training up. Well, I guess we'll just keep Venomoth and Butterfree as the party leads and put XP share on whoever else. 26 at the low end. That's low. Have we seen anything 26 here at Seafoam? I mean, how much XP does this give? We might need to go back and forth for training then. Oh, it's a Rattata. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. There's 24 here anyway. Like, I was going to say here, if we put Beedrill first up, Beedrill can take care of the Slowpokes, and it does have Brick Break, so it may even be able to one-hit KO the the seals and the dugongs. Ah! And there's the Slowbro. Let's hope Secret Power does not knock it out. Not even close. Good. And it flinched even better. Definitely need to buy a whole bunch of balls. This is going to be a problem. I don't think I have anything that can injure that only slightly. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that's all the Pokemon we needed from here. So the question is, do we want to stay just a little while longer and train up these two? Well, actually, let's see if I can actually one-hit KO all of these. I mean, yeah, okay, if we can one-hit KO, oh, that's not a lot of XP though. If it's only the dugongs that are worth decent amounts, then it's probably not worth doing this. Because I think the rates for getting... Oh, actually, no, the rates for getting like muck and wheezing probably aren't great, are they? We're probably... Oh, geez, we're probably going to see lots of Growlithe. Wait, Growlithe? Or, no, it'd be Vulpix, because this is LeafGreen. Geez, I wonder which is... Well, I guess we're not going to know until we go and have a look. Which will... Wheezing's very exclusive. Oh, okay, so it's only Muck. Alright. And Muck's 5%. Well, there goes the hope of using Muck and Wheezing as bundles of XP. Well, we'll just have to see how much XP they're worth. Eradicate, Eradicate might be decent. I mean, well, I say that, but the problem is that Eradicate, to one-hit KO that, I'd need a Pokemon with a fighting attack. And wait to take out the poison, no, to take out the poison types, I'm going to want to use psychic type attacks, wouldn't I? Because poison would resist fighting. So yeah, I'm not going to have any Pokemon with fighting type attacks up first, so Eradicate could actually be annoying. Well, I Yes, Venomoth at the lead. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to knock out Radishes. They're just not. They're not worth the PP. Is what I want to say, but if they're the only thing that turns up, I'm going to have to... Well, no, if they're the only thing that turns up, I'll swap probably to Seafoam. Ah, here we go. Only 28? That's pathetic. How much is it worth? Ugh. 360. That's worth less than slowpokes and seals. So at this rate, well, yes, I do need to catch one at some point. I'll probably wait for one that's can at least resist the hit. Surely I'm not just going to one-hit them all, am I? Well, actually with this much of a level difference I probably am. But we haven't gone up a level yet. The upstairs ones might be a little stronger. But jeez, that's not a lot of XP. If that's the going rate for XP here, then it is going to be better to... 28 here too. Hopefully upstairs will be more. How much is coughing worth? Oh, that's better. So 456. Ah, okay. Trying to see how much the Raticates are worth. Yuck. Maybe we have to swap out whenever we get up to them so we can hopefully get a one-hit KO, otherwise we're just going to be wasting our side beams. Okay. So it's a little under 600 XP. Those are actually decent. The only problem is that it's going to be split several ways. Well, I guess if we just switch to whoever the XP shares on, and that's a Pokemon with Brick Break, then at least they're getting a bit more focused XP. Yeah, could be worse. I keep doing that. Still, given the levels you mentioned earlier for Blaine, like, at the moment we're roughly the same level as Blaine across the board. We've got one that's a higher level and the rest are strewn amongst the 40s. I don't think he's a trainer we can beat with just the same level Pokemon. So, yeah, there might be a bit of grinding going on. Now, just to confirm, Seafoam Islands, we can only go there after we've beat the 7th gym, or can we go there now that we've reached Cinnabar? Because they would have higher level Pokemon, right? Pretty sure it's available as soon as possible. Oh, you do need the badge? Oh, dang it. Well, there goes the hope of a good grinding spot. Oh, that's up here. Really? I mean, if you can find said LP and look it up. Yeah, I mean, hey, if someone's done it, and if you can remember who it was and check how we did it, then I mean, we can update the info on Bulbapedia then. I mean, to try it myself, I would need to know how he did it. Like, Delta's going, you get the tri-pass from Celio. Like, we haven't had any NPCs talk to us about the existence of the island yet. So, I mean, I guess we can just talk to everyone on the island. Like, I assume the ship would be from Vermilion, right? I mean, if it is from Cinnabar, I don't know from where. There's no dock here or anything. Wait, Bill? Wouldn't it be Celio? Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be Celia. Like if it was Bill, I was going like, oh, okay, well that might give. Wait a second. Did they not? Eevee can evolve into one of 3 kinds of. This is Gen 3. It's already got more evolutions than that. Did they seriously not fix that line? Whatever. I have important doctor use. I do, so I guess we're going to. Is it just me, or did that did this oops. Dang it, whatever. Did this scientist seem like a bad stereotype? Screenshots of Bill talking to you outside Cinnabar. See how I use this. Huh. I mean, if there's screenshots of Bill and we're not just getting things confused, maybe there are alternative methods. Oh, right, I can't buy any Pokeballs here. I'm gonna go back somewhere earlier so I can get Pokeballs. Okay. Why have I still got Lapras in my party? I don't need Lapras. Let's try something. I need to go back and get some Pokeballs anyway. Where do I put it? Box one. Register the bike. So we need to go to an early city anyway so I can get a whole stack of Pokeballs. So why not head over to Cerulean, and then we'll go up and give Bill a little visit. We're not going to need that many. Mind you, if we do drop a bunch, so we'll go with that many for now. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, it'd be weird if that was like just a really like an error that's been on the page for ages for whatever reason. The fact that there's multiple sources that, from what you're saying, that agree with what's currently on Bulba, but also multiple sources that say this other one. A little more vague on that part than most of the sources. Okay. Oh, wait a second. You're probably just looking at the main Dex page, right? Not Dex page, the main page for, like, One Island or Sevi Islands or whatever. Can you look at the walkthrough page on Bulbapedia? We probably have the more detailed info there. Bill takes you there and introduces you to Celia there according to the walkthrough. Okay. So it sounds like the main page is where Celia gives you a pass to go back there again. Okay, yeah, so the regular content page is correct, but in a way that's deceptive because it's not giving you the full story. Alright, so we should probably still update it. 30 gram. That's a bit stronger. Will that survive? No, it will not. I'd gotten my hopes up there for a moment that we might actually have some way to get there early. Oh well. Pinball games, better physics. The first Pokemon Pinball did not have great physics. Actually, I will say, if there's one thing that annoys me with both Pokemon Pinball games, right? It's the way the ball is represented on the screen. Like, watch the ball closely, and you will realize that the ball does not tumble. Like, they're not, because of course these are sprites, so it will spin, but it won't actually tumble. And so it will never look proper actually moving around on the field. Like, it's one of those things where it's like you cannot unsee it. And yet, I mean, we used to do Pokemon pinball things on this channel as like part of the random wheel ones that I would do on weekends. And like, I wouldn't say I'm amazing at pinball games. I enjoy pinball, I'm just not that great at them, but I'm not horrible. But some runs of both Pokemon pinball games suffer from the problem where you can absolutely get ball drains without doing anything wrong. Just as a pure bad luck, it happened to be in a position where it would drain. Keep it going there. Wonder if we can side beam it. And you're right, tumbling didn't really get fixed until 3D, but we don't have a 3D Pokemon pinball, which is the problem. We need a new one, but if they were to make it, it needs to have way more tables. I mean, for starters, it needs to have all the original tables, but... Have you played Stern's Pokemon table? I have not. Until recently, I was living in Australia, and now I'm living in Costa Rica. As you can imagine, pinballs, you could find them in Australia, but I never saw the Pokemon one. And Costa Rica, I mean, I've seen pinball tables here, but the most recent one I've seen was from the 90s, or maybe the early 2000s. Pinball and arcades is not that easy to come by, unfortunately. I should probably read those at some point, but we'll do that later. I do have to admit, it is more likely if we got a Pokemon pinball that it wouldn't actually be specifically a Pokemon pinball, but rather we'd get it as a digital table in like whatever platform has Stern's digital table license these days. What are the two big ones? There's Pinball FX, and then there's I can't remember the other one. Anyway, there's a couple of digital pinball things. And like, I could see I don't know if Stern's put out their newer tables digitally. That's a good point. I mean, I'd have to look it up. Let's see. Stern Pinball Arcade. Oh, okay. So Pinball Arcade. That's the one I was thinking of. So that was. So there's Pinball FX, and then there's Pinball Arcade. they had... There's Pinball Arcade. Let's see, Williams and Ballet Table is no longer available since 2018, which is passed to Zen Studios. Oh, I think I have all of the Williams and Ballet ones in Pinball Arcade. Oh well. What are the current digital pinball ones then? Like, it's been a while since I've played most of these. So I don't know what the current status of everything is. Wait, no, we went that way. The Pokemon Pinball games on Nintendo Classics. Pokemon spin-off games are definitely the more likely Pokemon games to see release on Nintendo Classics, so that's certainly not impossible. I mean, I'm surprised we got XD before Colosseum. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. Well, whatever. Oh, 1 HP. Will we hold on? What? Oh, it's a trainer. Why was I... Wow, sorry, I am out of it. Why did I think that was a wild Pokemon? Oh, jeez. I've been too distracted by looking at pinball. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I could have sworn when we were going over the species list that you guys didn't mention Ninetales or something I had to catch. But yeah, so, like, from what I can see from my distracted looking just then, you're right, it doesn't look like any recent Stern tables have been brought online, though it does look like Pinball Arcade still have the license, so I would assume if that physical table did actually get a release, it would have to be through Pinball Arcade. Ooh, submission. 80, but only 80 accuracy. I think I'd rather keep Brick Break to have the 100% accuracy. Oh, it also hurts us a little. No, we do not want that. Now, interesting piece of lore there. Mew gave birth, we named the newborn Mewtwo. Mew would therefore be the only Pokemon that doesn't lay eggs. I mean, if Stern is working on multiple Nintendo-themed tables, then possibly a collaboration with Nintendo for, or rather one of Nintendo's second-party studios most likely, for a Nintendo digital pinball, like, doesn't seem impossible. Because yeah, if Pinball Arcade have not released any recent Stern stuff, and frankly it doesn't seem like Pinball Arcade's very active to begin with, first, Arceus second. Arceus first. From Arceus came Mew. And from Mew came all the other Pokemon. Jeez, are we going to have any luck catching this? How many balls are we going to need? Thank you. Okay, now we have a problem. Which way do we go? Because we've hit all the statues. Did a fun for virtual tables of similar based on movies. I mean, that's kind of the question, isn't it? Like, if they did do a digital Pokemon pinball game, how many tables would we get, and how expensive would the game be? Because, like, it was one thing to give us 2 tables, just 2 tables, back in the days of Game Boy Color. Like, with the limitations of the platform, with the expectations that it was a purely portable thing, like, you didn't mind it so much. But I think if we got 2 tables today from a Pokemon pinball game, that people would be, yeah, like, even on the GBA it felt a bit small. And like, let's be honest here, they were not particularly detailed tables compared to physical tables of the same era. So, like, Nintendo does have its whole, oh yeah, we'll do, like, variable pricing stuff. Like, maybe if they gave it to us as a budget title, 2 tables would be okay. Or, you know, like, maybe if they... Okay, let's put it this way. I think the absolute bare minimum is give us updated versions of all of the original tables. So that gives us the red, blue, the ruby, sapphire tables, all of those. And then we need at least 1 more table. Give us that as a budget title, and it's enough. As a budget title. Which should be, what, 30, 35? Like, it's one of those things where, like, you'd imagine the big difficulty is going to be the physics. Don't get under 40 these days. Ugh. Okay. Well, okay, give us all 4 original tables and give us 2 new tables and then have it as 40, and I could maybe be okay with that. With the expectation that we'd get original tables later on. As DLC. Like, I don't mind paying for some DLC tables. I certainly paid for enough tables with Pinball Arcade. Yeah, there's certainly a question of, like, how much additional work do they have to do? Because unfortunately, it's not just, like, a straight recreation, is it? Like, even if you said, oh, like, they just remade the original tables and that was it, there's still the consideration of ball physics. Like, it's not just the graphics, it's getting the whole physics engine working. And it's that physics engine that's going to be the expensive thing. After the physics engine is done, then it probably actually gets a lot simpler. As in, like, having the ability to actually make additional tables. Yeah, both of the Pokemon pinball games have some really odd physics. And it's not helped by the fact that the balls don't truly roll, being sprite based. Like it's like when you see it and you know what's happening. It only it looks almost like the dang it! Why'd you have to get paralyzed? It looks like the ball is sliding across the table rather than rolling. Oh, come on, Pinsir! Maybe I should have switched to Parasect. If this gets paralyzed again, I am switching to Parasect. Finally. Hello there, Chaser. And yeah, actually, you're right, Delta. There's probably a very old highlight from some extremely old stream where I was doing pinball, and it will look weird. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Chaser. Gets stuck on the flipper. That's a known bug, yeah. And you can use it to an extent. Like it'll get stuck there so long as you're holding the flipper, and you can. I can't remember, but there's like a technique you can actually use to manipulate where it'll fly off to. I mean, I would have to assume that a whatever engine they used would not have the same problem for a properly 3D one. We have to jump off these, don't we? Yep. The retro future. You knew it was sciencey because there were lots of lights flashing on and off. I mean, I guess the big question of if they were going to do a pinball game is who would be behind the game, isn't it? It's like, would it be a Nintendo second-party studio? Would it be one of the big digital pinball companies like Pinball Arcade or Zen? Or would it be... Well, that's pretty much the only options, right? I mean, I guess there's been some... Well, no, there have been some indie games that have released pinball titles over the past few years, but all of them are pretty much like how to put it, they typically only have one table, those kinds of games. It's only the ones that are doing digital recreations that tend to have lots of tables. It is not. This is not the default text box. That's a good question. What are we on? We're on type 4 frame. That would be type 1 frame. And we were like, let's have a look what we got. Oh, we'll go with type 4 because it's green. That was literally the limit of our thinking there. Yes, that is true. The fact, well, I mean, it's not the easiest to do as a vertical orientation, but you absolutely can do it. You're right. It's not helping that there's like no vertical stands for the Switch. Like, you'd have to prop it up yourself if you wanted it to stand up that way. I think there are a couple of games that let you set a tate orientation though on Switch. Like, I just don't know how many of them are pinball games. Like, you can do it in you can do it in some shmup games, like typically the pretty hardcore Japanese ones, but can you do it in any pinball games? I don't know. Like, most of the pinball games I had were either on like Android, iOS, or actually most of them were on Android. Come to think of it, I used to have them on my old Android tablet, and I guess I've got some on Wii U as well. I don't know if I have any Switch ones. I probably have some PC ones. But I don't know if I actually bought any PC tables as opposed to just having the free downloads and playing whatever I had access to. Okay. That is true, a lot did, yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of them aren't too harmed by how they've had to be squashed down for other orientations. I mean, like, the best Donkey Kong game is probably the Donkey Kong game for the Game Boy Color, and I mean that had all the original things in. Plus a whole lot of additional stages, and of course that wasn't in the vertical layout. I mean, I can't remember the last time I played Pac-Man in a vertical layout. We're gonna have to go heal. The fact we didn't score a one-hit KO using Psychic against a muck 15 levels lower really does say a lot about just how weak this Butterfree's special attack is. That's not great. And we've already discussed how we'd originally expected Butterfree to be the hit. It's not a good nature. It's and part of the challenge was that we just had to use the first one we got, so yeah, it has a brave nature. Yeah. Yeah, no, the rules of the run is that basically bug only. Yeah, actually I can pull up the rules for a sec, can't I? Where do I have them? No, I can't do that because... 1 second. Come on, past this stupid cloud flare check. Yes, verify I'm human. Thank you. Okay, so that was the rules. That we can only use bug Pokemon and any required HM mules, that we can't battle with the HM mules. Only Pokeballs. I mean, the most important things. Bugs only. But we have used the first bug we caught for each species. We haven't tried to catch multiple bugs. Its IVs are almost certainly low. There was someone who was on the stream for a few weeks. I don't think they watched last week actually, but they worked out roughly what our IVs would be, and they were not great. I mean, I think at one point the Venomoth was like 10 levels lower than this, and it still had a higher special attack. Because yeah, currently special attack of 89 compared to Venomoth, which is 103, which is a lower level. So Butterfree was originally going to be the hero of the run. That's what I'd expected based on the history when I did this run in the old days in Gen 1, but yeah, Venomoth right now has been our hero. Of course, Venomoth's one of the ones we don't have a proper name for yet. Yeah, we still need to figure out a good name for it. And it needs to actually be serious as well, given that it's ending up as so vital to the run. Why do you want to name it Yuri? Because there's a few reasons. Like, Yuri is a name, but for me, Yuri as a name would be ice skating. You've also got Yuri as in the that's AU, not Yuri. Decided on a stream of specific action. I haven't. I can't help but think if I was going to do something like that, it'd probably end up digging into my alcohol. The same you. True. Okay, I remember what I need to do now. That I should have been coming down here. So I need to activate all those All those, actually, which switches do I need to activate to get down there? I know I need to do the fall from upstairs. So I think I need to hit this switch first. Yeah, well, the problem is that when you mention Yuri and I'm using a female Pokemon, it goes in a completely different direction. Not the same you, I know. See, the difference here, Delta, is that unlike ME, I can actually hold my alcohol. The joke for many years was that I had a cast iron liver. I can have like 350 ml of whiskey and not notice it. I'm not taking shots on stream. I'm saying I could. But I don't think Kasumi would be very happy with me if I did that, especially when I'm streaming. Well, I mean, at least I'm streaming after dinner. But it'd probably be worse if I was doing that after a morning stream. But yeah, the joke used to be that, like, okay, yes, well, we need to get the key for Blaine first, but yes, we absolutely do need to grind a bit here to get our levels up. It might take a while. We are absolutely not high enough level to take on Blaine. Yeah, I'll say in Gen 1 we wouldn't have needed to do this. In Gen 1, like, some of Blaine's Pokemon still used Ember, right? I mean, it was more a joke than anything else, Jay. And Delta, the issue wouldn't be me getting wasted, because I don't get wasted. Like, I mean, Kasumi has seen me having had a lot of alcohol before. Like, heck, the resort we went on our honeymoon had free alcohol. I mean, obviously it's bottom shelf alcohol, but it was free alcohol, and I took advantage of that. And, like, I maintained my faculties the entire time. I have never done anything. My liver is fine. But I was going to say, like, that would be the bigger concern. That, because I don't really have a mental limit, in that I don't get noticeably drunk in that sense. Like, I don't lose my motor control or anything like that. The only thing that goes when I have had a lot of alcohol is my hearing. I for whatever reason just can't hear very well when I had a lot of alcohol. Like, there's a bit of a backstory to this, right? So, as some long-time visitors on the channel will know, I wear glasses, and I have exceptionally bad eyesight, to the extent where I have never gotten a driver's license. I was never able to get a driver's license because my eyesight was just that bad. Ah, dang it. Of course it switches to something with levitate. So yeah, now, because my eyesight's that bad, this of course meant that all through university, I could never be the designated driver. And of course remember that I spent a lot of time at university. I have a PhD. So I went a very long time where I could not be the designated driver anytime I went out with friends or whatever. They would be the ones driving me home, which did typically mean we'd stay out later so that they could sober up a bit after their drinks, but it also meant that I could drink a lot more than they did. And yeah, Snowy, when you guys do lose the glasses on me, I'm literally having to lean into the screen. Like, the lose the glasses is the nastiest thing people can do to me during charity streams. Like, the whole Australian mode, and I'll have to flip my controller, is more of a party trick for me. I can do that anytime. That's easy. When I was younger, I used to be able to do that for fighting games. I mean, it's a parasect, so slow. Like, this is long before Paras and Parasect became utterly terrifying in Legends. How would lose the glasses work for someone who doesn't wear glasses? It wouldn't. or they just have to... Oh, how slow is he? Can't escape when he outlevels them by that much? Can I flee now that he's paralyzed? Yes. Let's see just how bad it is. Speed of 44, there you go. How slow is that? I don't actually know off the top of my head. Oh, and now I've got something. Just a very meh. Yeah, so like, could I drink a lot of alcohol? Yes. Would I be silly enough to do so without a good reason? No. I've probably drunk more since coming here to Costa Rica than I did back in Australia. in part simply because alcohol is a lot cheaper here. Oh, who's that? Caps! Hey there, Caps! Ah, dang it. Okay. Well, we'll have to swap out our Pokemon here because Pinsir's not going to survive that for long. And given that we can't buy items for the challenge, I don't want to be using up whatever antidotes we have at this point if it's not strictly necessary. We do need to catch a Grimer to satisfy the run conditions at some point as well. But, well, we've got plenty of time since it's not like we can move on to Blaine for ages. Did I not hit the button? No. Yeah, no, I must not have hit the button because the left side's closed. That was a hydrate. Yep. All right. 1 sec. So what's the strat on Blaine tunneling? Good question. I have not figured out what the strat is yet. So like, part of the deal with this run is that I am forbidden from looking up information on Bulbapedia for the purposes of this run. Just to make things more difficult. And considering I haven't played this game in about 20 years, that does make things rather difficult. So I'm kind of reliant on, and this just for the benefit of everyone here who's new, because I know you know this, Kaya, but I think you've been here for these runs. So yeah, I'm reliant on what people in the chat are telling me, but I also know that some people in the chat have been giving me bad information on purpose at various points. So, or at least that's what I've been told. Maybe the people telling me that are the ones actually giving me the bad information. In any case, digging will probably only go so far against Blaine because I'm pretty sure a lot of his Pokemon will outspeed me. So that probably ain't going to work. Like Parasect in particular is going to die. There ain't much we can do about that. Yeah, so I did Gen 1, Gen 2 and Gen 3 with bug-only teams back in the day. That was how I played the games. I stopped. I think I tried to do that for Diamond as well. I might have given up partway through that, but so like the bug-only things were what I was known for a long time, and Gen 4 bug on the next? I mean, it wouldn't exactly be Gen 4, it'd have to be BDSP, because I don't have the ability to stream the original DS carts, but it might be. So that's the thing. The bug only runs. It was from Gen 1. It was slightly easier in Gen 2, but Fire Red, Leaf Green is a significantly harder bug only run, I think, than Gen 1. Because while you do have a somewhat expanded move pool, and I mean there is hidden power as well now, which is very nice if you get lucky and you've got the exact moves you need. The problem is you don't really get access to any more bugs than Gen 1, and even though you've got an expanded move pool, so do all of your opponents. And so all these Pokemon that in Gen 1 might have only had, say, Ember, now have Flamethrower or something much stronger. Like, we kind of saw this earlier, not in this stream obviously, it was a couple of weeks ago now, but when we fought our rival in Sylph, and that battle is much harder than it was in Gen 1. So that was basically our first wall. Correct. Part of the run rules is not using any items. Well, no, that's not quite true. I can't purchase any items until we get to the Elite Four, other than Pokeballs. So I can only use regular Pokeballs for catching, because that's what I did back when I was doing Gen 1 back in the day. And we can't use any items except those we pick up, basically. So, I mean, is it masochism, or is it just that's how people played JRPGs for ages? You know, it's like, are you really playing a JRPG if you don't get to the final boss with 99 potions? But also, in all honesty, we are going to need all the money we have for buying healing items for that final run against the Elite Four. We will desperately need healing during that, because there's no way we're taking out... Well, not unless we dramatically over-level all our Pokemon. But like, there's no way we're going to be taking those out without having several KOs per fight. So, ow. It's just not realistic to beat that one without healing items. We're not even going to try. I mean, so far Venomoth has proven to be the MVP. When we started the run, we said it would be Butterfree, and then we realised that our Butterfree stats were really not great. Well, at least we can easily run away here, so whatever. We got the key, so let's get out of here, heal up. But yeah, right now Venomoth is clearly our main Pokemon. We need to give it a nickname, yes. We still have not chosen a proper nickname. So if any other people have just come in today in the raid, want to suggest a nickname, please do. We're trying to think something that fits. punny names are okay, but I reserve the right to refuse any name if it just doesn't make sense to me or if it's too much. But I mean, at the same time, we called the Paris Hilton. That's level 60, level 63, so it has to be in 73 over level. Yeah. I mean... See, this is the other difference to Gen 1. I have distinct memories of beating Gen 1 with bugs all in the 50s. And mind you, like, I had very good stats on that Butterfree, and Butterfree with Psychic in Gen 1 was surprisingly overpowered. Give me a sec, I need to... I can't read the kanji if it's that small. Let me... Let me make the kanji a bit larger here. Okay. Obviously I can't use actual kanji in this, even if I was playing my actual LeafGreen cut, which is Japanese. You can't give them kanji names. But okay, so you've named it Yurei, but writing that with different kanji so that it becomes elegant. So you're highlighting a double meaning of Yurei between elegant and death, and also though it's a different kanji, obviously, you, as in hero, Yusha, Au, which kind of goes to the big overall thing we discussed earlier. Yeah, okay, we'll name it Euro. The only problem with naming it Euro is, of course, it's not a... excellent. No, that's elegant. That's absolutely elegant. I'm certain. I would get my kanji dictionary out, but it's still buried in boxes. Oh, it's both. Okay, well, there you go. Even better. We have multiple meanings here, taking advantage of how, well, synonyms, basically, even though they're obviously extremely different kanji. Alright. Yes, this Pidgey's getting a bit of a workout. That's not the name, Raider. Raider would be this one. Should it be the UU? Yeah, it would be, because this would be you. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that should be right. Actually, while we're here, we still need a name for Pincer then. While we are here, can we think of a name for Pincer? Look, we're not naming a Concha here. Let's see. Sassy female Pincer with an incredibly high attack stat. Circular sassy analytical strong. I'm not really a Naruto fan. I see where you're coming from, but not really a Naruto fan. If I was gonna name a Pokemon Yoko, it would have to be it would have to be a Pokemon that learns Sing. Or actually no, it'd have to be a beetle Pokemon of some kind. Wait, I guess that's where you're going at, isn't it? Is that why you're saying Yoko? Because it's a beetle? You know, my father worked as a radio DJ for like 40 years, and he would probably kill me if I said Yoko was a beetle. When I talk about 40 years, like 50 years. So go for it. I'm still not sure it's the right beetle for... Well, okay. Actually... I'm talking myself into this now, because I'm going like, wait a second, it's a beetle that can't sing. Isn't that perfect? But, wait, no. Yoko Ono can sing, right? I need to check. I think Yoko Ono can sing, so... artist, musician... So, Plasticano band... No, she was singing. She's even released her own solo band. Yeah, no, she can sing. Well, singing Yoko from the Beatles singing. Pokemon does not know how to sing. Ooh, harsh. Sorry, my UPS just tripped. Oh, thankfully, we have both the Switch, my computer, and the modem router on the UPS. Okay, we'll continue thinking about the pincer, but I will say Yoko... Actually, you know what? We're here. We can always change later, can't we? Yoko is definitely it's a good pun. It's a good pun. I'm not sure if it's appropriate, given that this Pokemon can't sing, and I don't think it completely matches all of the it doesn't completely match all of the individual's characteristics, but it's a good pun. And at least gives us a fully named party for now. I'm wondering. No, I guess... Is there anywhere that would be a better place to grind than where we are now? Like... If we went to Kanto Power Plant, what levels are the Pokemon there? No, they'd be lower level than what we have now, wouldn't they? So no, that's not going to work. We need some wild Pokemon that are like at the high 30s. Trying to think here. If we went north onto Route 21, the Pokemon would be lower level again, wouldn't they? Mostly. And the Tangela up near Pallet would be lower as well. Yeah, no, do we have the Verse Seeker yet? We do have the Verse Seeker, I believe. Can you get to Victory Road? There's a badge check. Yeah. Jeez, is this really the highest level location we have access to prior to defeating Blaine? Like, it just seems rather low for our needs when we might need to get these Pokemon up to like level 50 or something. Actually, one second. What am I doing? What am I doing? At the very least, we should take out the gym trainers. We should be able to do that, right? I mean, if... this will at least give us a bit of an idea about how well prepared we are for Blaine. I mean, we only have like a few, what is it, 5-10 minutes left on the schedule for this stream anyway, so yeah, it's not a Nuzlocke. We can try it. If this was a Nuzlocke, it would, well, we would have already lost multiple times. So I'm not too worried about going in and seeing if we can get some KOs. I mean, frankly, those levels are actually quite low for us, so we should be doing fine. It'll definitely be better XP. So we may as well take advantage of it. In the water east of Cinnabar, higher levels. I don't know. I don't believe so. I mean, like Seafoam was definitely lower than where we are now. The advantage of Seafoam is that we can actually train up different Pokemon there. Simply because we've got one-hit KOs against Ice types. As well as the, like if we train primarily using Beedrill, we can get one-hit KOs against the Ice types, the normal types, well, no, there aren't any normal types there, but Ice types and Psychic types. Oh! Now, wow, it says about how tired I am that I'm only just realizing what you're referencing there, KR. Yeah, we can't do that Cinnabar Island trick here. At least I don't think you can. You know, that is a good point though. Did I use that trick back in the day to level grind? I'm trying to remember. Like, you can wreck your Hall of Fame doing that stuff, but is that just by doing the bug, or is it by catching a Pokemon from that? I mean, there wouldn't be Missing No in this game, no. But there'd be other bugs. Gee, some people might need to look this up for me now. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure in Gen 1 you only wrecked your you only wrecked your Hall of Fame if you caught him. So I wonder if was that how I leveled at this point in the games back then in Gen 1? Because like it might make a lot of sense if that trick allowed you to get a lot of XP, but I'm not sure if it does. That's the easiest way. Yeah. See, I don't think I would have used it to duplicate rare candies, in large part because of the item limits I placed on myself for those runs. So I'm not sure I would have even had the... Like, if I had a rare candy, it was only because I picked it up. So I don't think I had that. I'm trying to think if there are any glitch I mean, there's definitely glitch Pokemon in this game. The question is, how do you activate them? Or is it just that they're in... in this gen 25-35 range? I mean, that's not amazing. Cruels would be fine. Sorry, good. Yeah, cruels would be good, but if they're just cools, then it's like, yeah. Oops. To the best of my knowledge, just looking through, I don't think there is a glitch Pokemon in Fire Red, Leaf Green that we can actually see through a method that like wouldn't have involved an action replay or Game Genie or something like that back in the day. So I don't think we have any options for the equivalent of the old man glitch here. Which, I mean, let's be honest, if we did, that would kind of make the run trivial. Yeah, okay, get another level. What? Mansion. I did. I went to the bottom floor of the mansion. Why, is there something I'm missing in the bottom floor of the mansion? I went there earlier and got the key. That's why we're in the gym now. There wasn't anything else down there, was there? I mean, I could have missed something. I was running about because Pinsir was poisoned and I just wanted to grab the key and get out of there. So, Pokemon in their range 35 to 40. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, so that's our best place to grind. Oh, and of course it's the most annoying place to get back to, but yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we have to go back there anyway. We are required to catch the Pokemon that we don't have yet before we actually beat Blaine, if we want to properly satisfy our run conditions. I'm just running through these quickly because, well, we're at the end of the stream. I figured I'd get these out of the way, so it's just the only actual barrier to us left is Blaine and preparing for him. But yeah, the question's going to be, how many levels do we need to get for Blaine? And which Pokemon as well, I guess. Like, is there any point giving any levels to the Parasect, or can we just assume that Blaine's Growlithe will destroy it? So, do we just focus on Pinsir because it has Dig? Actually, Dig's a purchasable TM. I could always put Dig on some other Pokemon for a little while. Oh, he does have Magmar? See, that's what I thought. Okay, so earlier I was told that he had Growlithe, Ponyta, Rapidash, Arcanine. Like, if he has Magmar, then that... I hope he doesn't have... Well... Actually, no, Magmar might be easier to handle than some of his others. Magmar, Heartgold, Soulsilver. Okay, good. That'll be a different team then. Because I know he's got different teams between his Gen 1-3 and Gen 2-4. And they've got different moves between those generations as well. But yeah, we may need to... It is those four. Okay, good. And that's Blaine, so we're not even going to try. I think we need to... Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. If I figured Blaine's Pokemon in this game would have Fire Blast, rather than just like having Ember and Flamethrower or whatever. So if it uses Fire Blast and it misses, or if it doesn't use Fire Blast, then there's a chance that Parasect can get a surprise KO. The only issue there becomes, is it worth doing that when it means that I have to train up Parasect as well? Yeah, and what I was told earlier, Donna Guts, is that Ponyta and Rapidash also have Bounce, which is going to be much harder to deal with if I don't have Diggers. Like, obviously if I've got Diggers I can handle that. Well, no, that's not true. If I have Diggers who are quicker, which they probably won't be for the Rapidash, might be for the Ponyta. Okay. Let's, I'll save first. Let's have a quick look here. Let's remind ourselves where we are before we finish up. So, actually, I should also get rid of that Pidgey for the Meowth, so I can maybe get some pickup stuff from it. Okay, so before we finish this, let's have a quick look. So, Blaine, you were telling me, was between, what, low to high 40s? So we probably about match Blaine's levels, or we're close to right now, which is, as I said, probably the problem. We need to get a bit higher than Blaine's levels. 42, 40, 42, I'm guessing the 40's the Ponyta, and 40, okay, so Growlithe, maybe Parasect has a little hope at taking that out. If it's actually around the same level, then we've got a chance, just a chance, if it doesn't hit us with the Fire Blast, that we manage to take it out. The problem then will be that Blaine will immediately send out his ace. So it will go straight from Arcanine. Well, actually, so we also have to remember, Growlithe will intimidate, so no, we probably won't. Oh, we might score the knockout, but then he'll... Even if we score the knockout, we're not going to do a lot of damage to the Arcanine. And Arcanine will wreck Parasect. There's no chance of anything else happening. Maybe we get lucky and we do some damage, but with the double intimidates, we're already reduced, and we're just kind of hoping that for whatever reason it doesn't manage to knock us out, either through like missed attacks or whatever. So let's say Parasect has managed to knock out Growlithe, gets knocked out by Arcanine. We probably have to bring in Pinsir then, because at least Pinsir's not affected by Intimidate. Unless, is it better to try and take out Arcanine with special attacks? Do we... I'm trying to remember what level Venomoth needs to be for Psychic. It's probably in the 50s, isn't it? I think Arcanine's kind of balanced for its defense and special defense, isn't it? What about Rapidash? I mean, Rapidash is lower level, so it might not matter as much. And I don't think it's too... I'm just thinking the AI might actually be smart enough to use Bounce when I've used Dig. So... we might not... Yeah, okay. Well, right, do I have a spare Dig TM? And we can always buy another one if we have to. Do not have a spare Dig TM. Okay. If I remember correctly, Beedrill. No, Beedrill can't learn Dig. Dang it, do I have anyone else who can learn Dig? No. Because I can't... Because of course I can't get Scyther. Okay, so I've only got 2 ground type attacks. Parasect has it, yeah, but we're assuming Parasect's getting knocked out. We're hoping that Parasect will take out the Growlithe, and in which case it's a fair trade. We'll take that. The issue is there's no way that Pinsir survives against all 3 of Blaine's remaining Pokemon. And it's a question of, do we just try to overpower them then? And if we're just going to overpower by using the strongest moves we have, how much more do we need to level Pokemon to make that realistic? Like Venomoth, I think if we have to resort to that, then we need to get Venomoth up to, what was it, something in the low 50s for Psychic, If we get that, then that might give us enough power. Otherwise, I mean, Butterfree's not going to learn anything better than the Psychic we've already taught it. And it's weak anyway, so that ain't going to help. Beedrill, it is 52. Okay, so that's not too bad. We can maybe do that. Trying to think. Beedrill, Gen 3. I don't think it gets anything decent at this point, does it? Like, it learns Endeavor, but I mean, it's gonna get one hit KO, so that's not gonna help us. And I don't think we've got any stronger TMs we can teach it than what we're already doing with Brick Break, because Sludge Bomb comes after Elite Four. I remember we've discussed that one already, so yeah, and it's like Pinsir, unless Pinsir gets Earthquake, do we? We don't have TM 26. I think it's 26. When do we get Earthquake? See, I think this is a difference between gens, isn't it? In Gen 1 I would have already had Earthquake TM. But I don't think I can get Earthquake TM yet in this one. I could put a Hyper Beam on Beedrill, that is true. But I mean, it's not the worst idea. It is a purchasable TM, isn't it? And it's not a charge, it's a recharge. So it's not the worst idea. This guy's gym price from Giovanni, yeah. Like, because I'm pretty sure when I did this in Gen 1, I just had Earthquake on Pinsir and called it a day. Like, a sufficiently quick Pinsir just knocked out most of the opposition. The issue's going... Okay, if Hyper Beam will get the one-hit KO... And I guess this is something we will test against wild Pokemon to get an idea of if it's even vaguely viable. If Hyper Beam's enough to let Beedrill get one-hit KOs against Pokemon, then that's at least a trade. So that can... if I can take out, like, Rapidash for Beedrill, that's fine. The assumption's going to be pretty much that, like, any Pokemon I have in this battle has to stay out. I can't switch, because if I switch, I will be murdered on the switching. So, if I can get even trades on Pokemon, it's great. So I don't mind if Beedrill gets one hit while it's recharging. The question is, how strong would I have to be for the Beedrill to make? Because actually, that's a good question. Alright, let me check something here. Is my Beedrill faster? It is speed 92 compared to speed 97, but it's also 2 levels lower, right? Okay, so it's very close. I mean, let's be honest, we're probably going to need at least 2 attempts at Blaine. Actually, you know what? We've already said that this isn't a Nuzlocke. I think last thing we do before we end for the night, and I know we're well over time at this point, but last thing we do, let's fight Blaine and see just how bad we're going to get destroyed. And then that'll inform what we need to do for next week. So we'll start with Parasect. And I mean, if we win this, then cool, but we're not going to win this. Not least because, and this will be the other thing, I don't know how many, like, hyper potions, full heals he has. Like, this is going to be the big thing with Hyper Beam. We need a one-hit KO or it's not viable. Oof, there's the Fire Blast, as we expected. Bye-bye. Eesh. Okay. We don't want to waste the... Okay, I think Butterfree. Butterfree's the weakest we've got, and it's also not going to get hit by Intimidate, and it's fast enough to do that. So we may be able to get something out of this. If Butterfree, I mean, this is where Butterfree could actually prove its worth. If Butterfree is quick enough to cheese multiple Pokemon with Sleep Powder. Oh, he did not bring out his ace. Oh, we might... This would be ridiculous if after all that worrying it was completely unnecessary because we just completely cheesed his first few Pokemon. So we got 4 left to his 2. And the Rapidash is 5 levels lower than we are currently. He sent it out. And we missed. Oops. Bye bye, Butterfree. Ow. We survived. And he wasted a turn on full healing, which means there's no attack. Oh, we still... Okay, good. Maybe we can actually get him to waste his items before he gets to his ace. Oh, jeez, this may actually be plausible. If Arcanine's not quicker... Yeah, after talking down Butterfree all evening, Butterfree is really pulling its weight. Oh my, it's even faster than the Growlithe. Is this Butterfree proving us wrong? Okay, maybe not. That's not a lot of damage. He is absolutely going to use a healing item, right? Butterfree doesn't have enough PP to do this. Not if he uses the healing item before we hit here. Of course he does. But we've at least drained a whole bunch of his HP. Butterfree, we salute you. That was an amazing effort. Oh jeez, can Pinsir now... Can Pinsir do it? We're quicker than the Arcanine! Blaine taken out like a chump! What the heck? So much for a wall! we barely even did any trading! The wandering around the mansion was literally because I forgot where the key was! That was... that was unexpected. I mean, like, Parasect went down like a chump. Let's not be any illusions about that. We figured that would happen. But Butterfree outspeeding all of his Pokemon was not something I expected. The cheese strategy is real. Oh, hey, look, it's me, Bill. Long time no see. Hope you're still using my PC system. What up here? What's been told me? Alone, South Coast, Long Island. Friend of mine, on my way out there. Yeah, I just want to say, maybe 10-year-olds on their own shouldn't go to islands with strange older men? Like, do I feel like going with you? No. Too busy? Alright, but hasn't arrived yet anyway. Waiting at the Pokemon Center. Come see what you've done with business. I mean, to be fair, Pokemon trainers obviously much more able to defend themselves. But, yes, I think we will go to one island next week as we continue our run. But, yeah, Cinnabar, done. That was... that was unexpected. I mean... We breezed through Seafoam and the mansion and Cinnabar. That bodes well for the rest of the run, let's put it that way. But yes, definitely Butterfree, standout. I apologise for everything I said about your poor special attack stat. Though I think you've also made an argument for me giving you more PP on Psychic so that you actually have enough to knock things out because of your poor attack stat. But yeah, Compound Eyes on Butterfree with Sleep Pattern, not bad. Alright, it is over half an hour after we were supposed to end the stream. So, are any of our friends currently streaming? No one really streaming anything appropriate? Okay, I'm not going to... I'm not going to go search for someone. I need to go. I am tired. And Kasumi is obviously very annoyed that I'm not out of here yet. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back same time next week for more of this run. Of course, there's no streams scheduled on the channel tomorrow, but on Thursday, CapsFan will be continuing his Nuzlocke challenge. Friday, Abby's doing more Pokedachi life. Saturday, Caps is back with Mystery Dungeon mornings, with Dawning Winds doing Pokemon art in the evening. Sunday, we have Snowy doing some shiny hunting, followed by ME continuing his Pokemon Ultra Sun run, and then on Mondays, competitive training with Mochi. As always, check out the Bulbagarden forums and Discord for more information on upcoming streams and potentially any new series that may be starting on the channel. And as always, keep making use of Bulbapedia, the community-driven Pokemon encyclopedia. Until next time, I've been Archaic, Bulbagarden Webmaster, resident old trainer yelling at Altaria, and take care everyone, I'll see you around. Have a good one.